He'd found her. Hello, welcome back to the Writer Diaries. It is day 24. Sorry I was away for a few days. I was feeling pretty unwell, so there was no writing done, there was no filming done, nothing. But luckily I am feeling like myself again and I am ready to get back into both writing and filming more videos and finishing off this little series. Hello, if you're new, welcome. My name is Tiana, or Tiana, which is with a J. And right now I'm doing a 30-day series where for 30 days I'm gonna upload a video just about my writing and thoughts and feelings and all about that process as I've been working on my mafia romance project. And today's video is a little bit exciting but also a little bit nerve-wracking because I did get a comment asking for me to share some lines out of my book, and Anna, my good friend, always asks me to share stuff, which I mean, she's lucky. When her and I talk on video, I share plenty of stuff with her and she does with me, so we always have lots of writing to discuss. I haven't shared too much in public, although if you do go on my Instagram that I don't update ever, I do have like a little highlight reel of sneak peeks. I did a thing before where I had people give me a number based on the number of pages I have in my book, and I would share a little line, so you could check out some of those. But some of those have changed actually since I've been working on draft 2. So I'm actually a little over halfway through in my book. In this book, for those of you that know, this is the first printed copy of my first draft. Now that I've made it this far in my book, I figured it would be fun to share a few lines from my books. And so because I'm 24 chapters in right now, I figured that I would share 24 lines with you guys. So one line from each chapter, and I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the lines. Some of them are bits of dialogue. In the comments, let me know which of the lines is your favorite, and I would love for you guys to share a line or two or a paragraph, whatever, in the comments below. I've tried to pick lines that I think are interesting, that'll give you an idea of what my story is about. As I read each line too, I'm sure that you guys are going to get a completely different picture to what the book is actually about, because even me, when I was reading just one line from each chapter, I was thinking like this could go in so many directions, and I don't think anybody will be able to guess in what direction I actually take it in. They're not all the best lines from each chapter because I really want to save those for when the book is published, but I still do think that they're pretty good lines, so I'll stop talking now and I'll share those with you. I actually do have a prologue in my book. I know some people aren't for those, but it's necessary in my novel, which is why I have one. So the first line from the prologue is, "He'd found her." So chapter 1. She ducked and threw herself back against the concrete wall, seeking the claustrophobic shelter of the dumpsters. Chapter 2. Raw power radiated from him, from the expensive suit that covered his muscular stature, the fully erect way that he stood, and the sharp planes of his face angled into an icy stare, commanding attention and subordination. Chapter 3. Except it was hard to ignore the hand that had grabbed onto her shoulder and the feel of a body right behind her, caging her in. Chapter 4. It wasn't a steep drop, maybe only 10 meters, and Elena found herself wondering what would happen if she fell over. Chapter 5. Enough to know that she was now a hostage of the Italian mafia. Chapter 6. Chin up, girl. His stern command brought out the need to listen to him, because of fear or something else. Elena couldn't tell. Chapter 7. Before he could finish his sentence, Elena took out the hammer and swung it as hard as she could at the back window. Chapter 8. You asked for my help? Now we own you. Chapter 9. Her heart skipped a beat in her chest. Was it so obvious that she was impressed, that she wouldn't have been able to imagine such grandiosity? Chapter 10. Congrats! You managed to get the mob's attention and you've been a pain in the ass ever since. But now it's time for you to go home and do whatever it is everybody else does when they're grieving while you still can. Chapter 11. Let her see what it means when you ask us for help. Chapter 12. Her reflection displayed a crooked form, her gaunt figure barely holding itself together. Chapter 13. It was Friday, and tonight they were going on a hunt. Chapter 14. In the alleyway, her mother had told her to wait for her, and Elena had listened, shuddering like a plastic bag caught in the wind, only to come out after it had already been too late. Chapter 15. It had burned her blind, scalded her memory so that she didn't quite remember exactly how her finger had ended up on the trigger in the first place, and before she'd even known it, there was a dead man sitting in front of her. Chapter 16. That they'd come into the lion's den, where above their heads, those that had debts paid for them in blood. Chapter 17. Not a mobster, not a killer, just a man whose presence felt like a safety net. Chapter 18. Shit gets crazy with a big family, especially when everybody's got a gun on them. Chapter 19. She approached the car the same way one might a bomb, with complete apprehension and the unwavering belief that any slight misstep would result in an explosion of grandiose proportions. Chapter 20. Even now, every decision was like a wire being pulled taut. Elena was aware that any choice she made was in blind faith. Chapter 21. You didn't think that just because you're hiding your little crusade behind my face that you wouldn't have to deal with the consequences. Chapter 22. If I didn't want to be the totally amazing hacker that I am, I had my choice of being your average foot soldier, driving, dealing, and being the all-around whip boy for whatever my pops or brothers needed. Or I could have entered into the fine art of interrogation, aka Torture 101, or started up a business to legitimize criminal assets. I hope you guys enjoyed those little sneak peeks. And like I said, please share your thoughts in the comments, what your favorite lines are, and where do you think this story is heading? Because I'm genuinely curious as to how you are interpreting this story, knowing that it is a mafia romance. It is about my main character, Elena, whose mother is murdered, and she asks the Italian mob to help her find said killer. Also, I would love for you guys to share your own work down below, whatever you're comfortable with, whether it's a line or more. And I hope that your guys' writing is going well. I am sitting at about 80,000 words in draft 2 right now. Like I said, I'm halfway through the printed first draft. I'm more than halfway to my 130,000 word goal by the end of September. And I'm just getting really excited for the fact that draft 2 is like almost done, in the sense that like I can see it being done within the next month and a half, 2 months. I don't know how many words it's gonna take to get to the end, but it's just knowing how much I've really been dedicating myself to writing and how quickly it's been going. It's just been really exciting, and I'm constantly building momentum. And so hopefully this book is going to be done really, really soon, and I can send it off to the few people that I have in mind who I'd like to read and get their feedback on, so then I can start working on draft 3. If you guys like this video, you already know what to do, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!